First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Padash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching his word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, a few men, women, and children that believe in this word. This is your brother Karat Sabah coming at you again with another lesson. This one is entitled The Strangeness of His Salvation. And I'm speaking of the elect, the remnant, who are going to be beamed up on the day of the Lord into the big, gigantic spaceship in which Yahweh Shai is going to be on, and they're going to be delivered out of the destruction of Babylon, America, and be able to watch this place be burnt by nuclear missiles and laser fire from the chariots of the Lord, the myriad of angels that are going to be coming with Yahweh Shai cracking those clouds. Let's begin with the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And the remnant, the elect, are part of the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in Babylon, America, and spread out throughout the world like the sand of the seashore. So you're only going to have a remnant who are going to be saved on that day. 2/3 of our people who are not going to hearken to this word, they're going to be destroyed in that fire here in Babylon, America. And you'll have also a certain number of our people that are spread out throughout the world that are going to be executed and burnt or killed, okay, on the day of the Lord for not hearkening to this word, for not listening to the prophets, the men of the Lord, warning them to seek the Lord while he may be found. Let's read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. And it reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. This is speaking of the elect, the remnant, that are going to stand bold, okay, before the face of such that have afflicted them, meaning our enemies. The main number one enemy is, of course, the Edomites, the so-called white man, and the other heathen nations as well. Okay, for example, the so-called Chinese, who are the Moabites, the so-called Arabs, who are the Ishmaelites, the so-called Africans, who are the Hamites. Let's begin again. Wisdom of Solomon 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man, the elect, stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. All right? No one has made an account of our labors. Those of us who are Hebrew Israelites and what we've done around the whole world, all right? And specifically here in Babylon, America, building this country, okay, the roads, the railroads, all right? Even the design of Washington, D.C. was done by a black man, Benjamin Banneker. So nobody has made any account of our labors and what we've done to help build this country and this world, okay? To be specific. Let's continue reading. When they see it, when they see us standing bold, okay? When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, meaning the elect are going to be beamed up into that big, gigantic spaceship. It's going to be strange to everybody that sees it, all right? And they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, all right? It's going to blow their minds away. These are the people that are going to be saved, that are chosen by the Lord Yahweh, and Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's read verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. Because we are in last place here in Babylon, America, and around the world. We are seen as what? Gum on the bottom of a shoe, all right? We're seen as what? The scum of the earth, all right? So they're going to be like, these are the people that we had in derision and as a reproach, that are the chosen of the Lord, that are being beamed up and saved. And I'm speaking of the elect, the remnant. The Lord's going to save a remnant of us. Not all of us are going to go up on this this first trip. So Lord willing, I'm part of the elect and I can go up on the first run. Let's read verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. You see? How was he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? So they're going to be perplexed, okay, at the strangeness of our salvation. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be strange to them to watch the elect be beamed up. Let's go to Isaiah 40 in verse 31. Salakia for that. Isaiah 40 and verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord, and only the elect, the remnant, are going to have faith and endure to the end, call upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, do our best to rehearse the righteous acts, have faith unto salvation. Let's start again. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. That's Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 20 for another precept. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 20, and it reads, it says here, as soon as it comes up, Salakia. Isaiah 26 and 20 reads, it says, come my people. This is the day of the Lord. The Lord is going to say, come my people. He's not going to necessarily say that, but it's a figurative thing, okay? Come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, meaning the elect are going to be beamed up into the spaceship with Yahweh Shai. So that's saying, enter thou into thy chambers, enter thou into the spaceship with Yahweh Shai, and shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself, as it were for a little moment, until the indignation, which is the righteous anger of the Lord, be overpassed. And that righteous anger, that indignation, is going to be via nuclear missiles from Russia and the other nations, and laser fire from the chariots. Okay, that's going to put Babylon, America, into a literal lake of fire. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 for another precept. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13, and it reads, it says here, but I would not have you be ignorant, brethren, this is Paul speaking, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. All right, let's read 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 13, the NLT. And now, dear brothers and sisters, we want you to know what will happen to the believers who have died, those who died in the faith, okay, in the belief of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, in this truth. So you will not grieve like people who have no hope. Verse 14, the NLT. For since we believe that Yahweh Shai died and was raised to life again, we also believe that when Yahweh Shai returns, Yahweh will bring back with him the believers who have died. So those who died in the faith are actually going to be beamed up first, all right? And then those who are here standing are going to be beamed up next. And we're going to meet, Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, okay? They're going to meet in the air and be beamed up into the chariot with Yahweh Shai. 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 15, the KJV. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Christ, and the dead in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach shall rise first. Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord. So it says here, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. That's signifying the chariots, all right? The spaceships, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So on that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Merkah Kwadash. I hope this lesson was edifying to you. Shalom.